lighting on the set for the cooking show?
Yo, what's up? I'm Dre. I'm the CEO and founder of Hitz Digital Entertainment Global and Hitz Digital Films. I'm also one of the original members of R.kelly and Public Announcement. So I guess you could say I'm in the biz. I've been around the block a few times, did a few things. It was hard, it was fun, but it was time for me to make my own way, you know what I mean? I'm the boss.
Then I jump out. Instantly 100 camera phones pop out. I run straight to the back of the club in the corner. Then the bartender sent me bottles of the bubbly. Once I started sipping, ugly girls was looking pretty. Then I'm the one that caught my eye. She wore a baby doll shirt across her chest that red kiss me. Tight skinny jeans, the girl's so fly. Some people say that this girl has a bad reputation. And some people say that this girl is a little too friendly. But she roll that booty like a hula hoop. She make it go up, she make it go down. Probably when she roll that booty like a hula hoop. I think I love her, I just wanna be all shawty think about. She roll that booty like a hula hoop. She make it go up, she make it go down. Probably when she roll that booty like a hula hoop. I think I love her, I just wanna be all shawty think about. After the club, you know that girl, I took her with me. Cause I had to see how she would put it on me. I wish you could have seen her, man, that girl was on a million. She did a lot of tricks like she was a magician. Pulling on me from the bed to the floor to the kitchen. I don't care what my homies say, they don't know what they listen. Some people say that this girl has a bad reputation. And some people say that this girl is a little too friendly. But she roll that booty like a hula hoop. She make it go up, she make it go down. Probably when she roll that booty like a hula hoop. I think I love her, I just wanna be all shawty think about. She roll that booty like a hula hoop. She make it go up, she make it go down. Probably when she roll that booty like a hula hoop.
Like a
I think I love her, I just wanna be all shawty.
Let me talk to him. Yeah, that girl got a thing that'll make a man feel like she blew his mind. She does her and she let me do I. This one so ahead of her time. She gets down just right when we in the sheets. Still down when we ride, gotta hit the street. You should see her kitchen skills. That girl can handle me, and that's why I'm cool with ya. Make a nigga stay true to ya. You even be rolling my Dutchess, blowing nose like a hula hoop. Sweet tooth every day. She wantin' my Snickers bar, well I'm wantin' her Milky Way.
She make it go up, she make it go down. Probably when she roll that booty like a hula hoop. I think I love her, I just wanna be all shawty think about. She roll that booty like a hula hoop. She make it go up, she make it go down. Probably when she roll that booty like a hula hoop. I think I love her, I just wanna be all shawty think about.
What's good, everybody? What's good? You are now listening to Hitz Digital Radio. I'm your host, Giant, the R&B bully, aka Dre, aka the Lyrical. How's it going on a Sunday? Sunday evening, the day before the 4th of July, Independence Day. You guys barbecuing? Harlem, New York, I see you. Beauty is me. We have to salute Beauty is me today. She was the first one in the chat. Top tier. Give her thumbs up in there. Everybody in the chat, let her know we appreciate her being first instead of last. The head and not the tail. All right. It's good to see you in there, Beauty is me. Thank you. Thank you. No detention for her. That's right. Oh, man. It's raining here. Let me get that out right now. It's raining, thundering in Georgia. So things might, act a little funny, but bear with me. We'll get through it. Gemini Don, what's good? Good to see you in there. Oh, you coming in a little early too now. Okay, okay. I like that. I like that. We building a community, a bond. This feels good. This feels good. Makes me want to come on a little longer sometimes, You know what I mean? So I know you guys seen the thumbnail, seen the title. We're not gonna waste too much time on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Even though it's raining, it's still a beautiful day, right? All right. So let's get right to it. And I know you guys seen this. I know you've seen it. But as you all know, I do a different thing over here. I have to give my take on it, whether you give a damn or not. I have to at least speak on it. It's a video out. I'm going to play the video, but it's a video out of a guy bringing his child, I believe it's his son, he's bringing him some McDonald's. And the baby's mother is basically going crazy on him, saying that, I got other kids in here, why you bring them some food? So I'm going to play that video and then we're going to come back and discuss it. Everybody else has, so it's our turn. All right, check it out.
Child something to eat. Look, there you go. And I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry? Okay, what about my other kids? What about your other kids? Okay, but them your kids' siblings, though. Them my kids, them your kids' siblings, though. So my other kids finna be left out. You didn't feed them? You know I'm gonna give my food stamps to the seven. Listen, is that my problem? Then if you're trying to help out, though, you're not helping out. I'm trying to help my son. How are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings? Them are his siblings, though. He's not finna eat in front of all his other siblings and they're not eating at McDonald's. No, why do I gotta put... Bring him out to the car. No. He's not finna eat that at all if you can't bring enough for everybody. So you're telling me that I gotta bring... So when I bring my son food, I gotta bring your kids food too now? Yes. You sound dumb. How is that dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb. Where are they daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to mother. You have them other kids. They're your responsibility. They're not my responsibility. Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all. How do that look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids ain't eat no fucking McDonald's? You know I get food stamps on the 11th. 3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine. Yeah, they're his siblings. You knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You expect me to take care of them? These are not my kids. Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids. Because I'm exposing. Everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're foolish in this. You only come here with one piece of food for one child. The child that's mine, silly. No, that's dumb that you can't feed the other kids. Don't feed nobody at all then. He can't take that. He can't eat it. Maybe if you had 1 or 2, I'll be like, maybe. You got 3 extra kids. What the? All I go to my mother account, spend money on those all Give me here. Give me here. Dad, I ain't eating this.
Okay. So you seen it. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Should he have brung food for the other children? They're not his kids, but should he have brung food for the other children? My thing is this. He's not with the baby's mother, right? Not with the baby's mother. He does not live there. 9 times out of 10, he doesn't even know the other children. So, in that case, I say no. He shouldn't have to feel obligated to bring those other kids some food. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. Their fathers should come and drop off their kids' food. But something stuck out to me with what she said. He said, she said, it's other kids in here, his siblings. And then he asked her, well, didn't you feed them? And she said, no, I don't get my stamps till such and such a day. So that means if he hadn't have brung that McDonald's for his own child, then he wouldn't have ate, even though he still didn't eat, I guess, because she threw it on the ground. But so none of them are eating now. So what should he have done? What makes sense to y'all? What should he have done? Harlem, New York. What should she have done? What should he have done? Yeah, I mean, that's the logical thing. You know, he should have just picked up his son, rolled out with him, let him eat, and then dropped him back off. But I don't think he felt like he was finna get that smoke. But she gave him the smoke. Unfortunately, he could have just went and got his kids and took them to get something to eat. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think he should have did. I think he should have just came by and said, "Send my son out." Yeah, why feed them all? He should have just said, "Send my son out. Me and him finna go take. I'm gonna take him to the store." And he could have took him, let him eat, got him some chips or something to eat too, and took him back home, and it wouldn't have been an issue. But now he shouldn't have to do that though. So let's be objective. Who is she to tell him he should have got food for everyone? It's disrespectful. And then she had the nerve to tell him, you knew me when you decided to have a baby with me. He said, no, I didn't. He couldn't have. Couldn't have. So what do you guys think about this story? This story was everywhere. Now people are doing not only memes, but they doing their own scenario of it. I done seen videos of that. I think it's trifling. I think it's ridiculous, if you ask me. Because it's like, why should I be obligated to feed all them children? I don't even know them. And we're not even together either. If they were still seeing each other in some capacity, you know, whatever, sexually or whatever, then I could see, okay, you probably, if you involved with her in that way, 9 times out of 10, you might have met her other children, at least, if nothing else. You would have met them. And the way I think, if I met them and they would, they kids, so you can't have no opinion about them. So if I knew I was going to McDonald's, I probably would have just grabbed a couple more cheeseburgers, couple more fries, no big deal, and just brung it. But they not together. Don't seem like they have a good relationship. So this makes no sense for this man to go in his hard-earned money pocket and say, okay, I'm finna splurge on the other kids. Maybe he couldn't afford it. Maybe he couldn't afford it, but wanted to do a nice gesture. for his son. I think it's crazy. I think it's really crazy. Yes, he needs to only be trying to take care of his own child because it's probably hard enough for him to even do that. So I think the man should be applauded that he even cared enough to stop by and actually bring his child some food. He's a clown. Way out of line, Gemini Don, way out of line. Yeah, you right. You right, Shah dude. He probably needs to just get custody. Because if she posting stuff like this with pride, just imagine. Oh yeah, yeah. You are absolutely right. He needs to figure it out on how to, have more parental rights to his child. Because I think she told him in the video, did you guys catch it? I think he wanted her to send the child out. And she said no. Bogus. That's bogus and disrespectful. And now this is all over the internet. And we wonder, and I hate to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway, but it's so much black women talk on the internet and how black women act. This just adds to it, right? Am I right? Salute. Salute to Geno Jennings, man. Wonderful. So, what do you guys think about this story? Put it in the comments, man. Let's have a discussion. This is a serious thing. I try to keep it light, where we can, have a good time. But this is what makes men go in on black women so much. And speaking of that, this has nothing to do with nothing. But I'm gonna throw this in because I heard this today. Trey Songz was somewhere having a after party or some type of what they call it, a walkthrough now, or a hosting. He was hosting a party, and this girl wanted to get in the VIP, but she was a dark skin, and she really wasn't that dark, but that's kind of what they're saying, like a dark skinned black girl. And she wasn't an ugly black girl, but they didn't want to let her in because the security guard told her that black women are weak. yeah, he said weak. Yeah. So this is I'm straying the conversation. I'll get back on topic in a second. But with all of the things going on concerning black women and where they stand and our, just where the black woman is right now on the totem pole, you would think that this McDonald lady would not have posted this man like that. Why? And just like James Harris said, do we know the whole story? Is he providing on a daily basis or one of the sometimes fathers? We don't know, but that day, James Harris, he was bringing his son some food. We don't know the backstory or whether he never comes around, but okay, well, let's look at it this way. If he was a sometime father, I'm sure she would have said that on the live and not asked him to bring food for the rest of the kids too. That's just me. I could be wrong. This is Boykins. I see you in there. Shot Duke. Okay. So I think we done tarried on that story enough. Now let's move on. Let's move on. And let's go here. Let's go here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Are you guys barbecuing tomorrow? Are you guys barbecuing tomorrow? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are barbecuing tomorrow. I'd like to know that. For those of you that don't know, I'm a food enthusiast, chef, things of that nature, culinary. All right. R.kelly sues MDC for putting him on suicide watch. Suicide watch. Now, per what I've been hearing, suicide watch is when you basically are like damn near wrapped in plastic or something. You got no bed rails. You get no tissue. You can't take regular showers, so on and so forth. You can't eat with regular, plastic, silverware, whatever the case may be. So I guess he looked at that like, y'all now y'all are torturing me. Literally. So he's suing. And I think rightfully so. I think that's very, very messed up after you just get this man 30 years. And if he ain't in there acting like he's gonna kill himself or this, that, and the third, then why put this man on suicide watch? He got 30 years. He has life, basically. Basically, you have just gave this man life. So why even do that? And just like Gemini Don said, yeah, they saying that that's standard. But at the end of the day, it's still illegal. So what do you guys think about that? I think it's horrible off the top. I'm just going to tell you, I think it's not right, man. He should have been able to at least been surveillanced to see his behavior and see if it looked to be suicidal. No, Dre, his lawyer said for him to email her after sentencing, it took her 48 hours. Wow. Wow. I mean, all the way across the board, there's a bunch of strange things happening to this guy, with this whole trial thing. But I just had to touch on it, give my piece on it. You know what I mean? I think it's horrible. Yeah, it's crazy overall, Gemini Don. You ain't lying. Crazy. What the females say now? Crazy. Right, so before we get to this savage, this just overall, I don't even know what to call him, man. But before we get to the guy and the horse, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come right back. So what do I want to play you guys? Let's see. One second, guys. 1 second. Let's go with this, and I'll be back in a minute.
When a man's had everything that he's had stripped away from him, I mean, there's only so much a person can take, man. And sometimes the brothers hit their limit, and they feel like, well, you lost everything else. What's the point, It's sad, but it's the reality of it all, man. A lot of times, man, especially nowadays, people need to stop playing with people's lives. December 2011, 2 days before Christmas. I'm coming down an incline, and during this time it started to rain. And as I'm coming, I hit a wet spot, and my trailer starts to fishtail. And once I did that, I hit a tree. When the paramedics pulled me out the truck, they told me if I was 5 feet to the right, I wouldn't be standing here right now telling you my story. And as I'm pulling up to the house, I see a car that's normally not there. And you my wife. If the shoe was on the other foot, you'd do the same thing to me. So for me to be treated like I was treated was totally unfair.
That was Unfair, you guys, a Hitz Digital Film production. So, now, let's move on to this clown. Yo, I see you, Diva. How are you this evening? How are you this evening? Are you cooking for the 4th? Anybody in the chat that's actually cooking out or cooking for tomorrow? Put in the chat what you're cooking. I'd like to know. I'm nosy about what people cook. So let me know. Holler at me. And if you got pictures, send them to my email of what you cook. All right. Here we go. This is not funny. It's kind of crazy. Man who had sex with horse sentenced to 10 years, in prison. And just for the record, it was horses. This man had sex with multiple horses. His name is either Jean or John Mary Bugoma. Jean or John Mary Bugoma. And if I'm correct, I believe that's an African name. I believe he's African. He's 24 years old. And he pleaded guilty to bestiality. Bestiality. Now, to my knowledge, I'm not a history buff or nothing like that, but bestiality came by way of the Caucasian. Because the Caucasian is a freak now. Let's be clear. And it came by way of them, to my understanding. If I'm wrong, please, somebody let me know in the chat if I'm wrong. Yeah, Gemini Don, it's a fact. I think this was in Texas. The man was found walking around the stables naked. So the owner of the place noticed 2 of his horses were injured. And yet he took them to the vet, or the vet came by and determined that the horses were sexually assaulted. Not only that, Mr. Bugama, whatever his name is, he, what did they call it? Hold on one second. What did they call this? I don't have the correct thing right here in front of me, but he tied the horse's legs together, bounded them together, and had sex with horses. Yeah, Diva, this is bestiality. That's what I was just saying. But my question to you guys is this. Look him in his face. Look at that picture. I personally, I don't see any life there. You know how they say the eyes are the window to the soul? If that's true, then it looks like he doesn't have one, in my opinion. Yeah, Gemini Don, a horse. He actually did it. This ain't like speculation. This is trending news. Wow. Natalie Feel Me say you find this kind of news in Europe and Middle Eastern people doing it. Well, Natalie Feel Me, could you tell me this? Why are they doing it? What is the purpose? Somebody tell me that. What's the purpose? Yeah, well, playing with your dog is one thing, which is nasty and horrible at the same damn time. But this man here took his naked penis and put it in that horse. Something is wrong with him. Something is wrong with him. And Diva, stop playing. Kale's eyes is not like that. Stop playing. You cut it out now. You cut it out. Be nice. Be nice. But guys, this is a horrible story, man. But it makes me wonder about people's thought process now and their mind. Like, what possessed him to do this? I don't know. But I think it's horrible. And I just wanted, for those of you that haven't seen it or heard about this story, it's trending everywhere, though. Trending everywhere. But I just had to actually just say that. Tell you, but it's a religion that allows that. Really? Well, Natalie, feel me? I ain't gonna lie. I've never heard of a religion that allows that. So email me what that religion is, because maybe that's a whole nother show for a whole nother day. So send that to my email, Natalie, feel me? And we might turn that into a show probably tomorrow. Because I'm in shock too, just like Gemini Don. And Gemini Don said, Lord, Lord, Lord. I mean, I'm like, I couldn't believe it. When I seen it and knew he had actually did it, that they weren't a legend, that he tried to, he actually did it. I can't even imagine what that would look like. What did that look like? Him behind a horse. And what was the horse thinking? Probably was looking just like that horse in the picture. Probably was looking just like that. Like, what in the world? This is a human. If you don't get up off of me, Lord have mercy. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm back in the algorithm now, baby. The algorithm. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. I'm out.